Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. So I touched on this in the note last night, and really a pretty relevant topic, I think, just based off of what's going on today. Actually, what we've seen the last few days is that while like tech storming higher, like the Qs are storming higher, the SPY just unstoppable, right? Chart of the SPY, just absolutely incredible. Dow keeps moving higher. What we have seen is a lot of weak action under the surface. A lot of names that not only are not participating, but are flat out breaking down, really. Um, and uh, we can come back to what that means in a second, or maybe how to approach that in a second. But for right now, just kind of showing you what I mean, and I wanted to go over in the video just because I mentioned this last night, or that what I used to call, well, what I still call the Biden basket. So that's solar, cannabis, alternative energy. A lot of those stocks were just absolutely fantastic for months, either leading up to the election and then after the election, and even to the start of this year. A lot of those names were just unbelievable. I mean, day after day, week after week, month after month, just incredible runs. But tan, this is the solar. You can see that this year definitely a change of course, right? It hasn't quite broken the March low, but I mean obviously not acting great, leaning on monthly support, right? MJ, this is the cannabis ETF, another sector that yes, it did have an absolutely crazy parabolic run in February, but you can see that over like the last few weeks, not acting great, leaning on support, threatening a major breakdown, right? Tesla, okay, big EV name. It's okay. It's not wonderful, but it's not horrible. But within the EV space, plug, and this stock was a massive gainer over like a short stretch. I mean, not only in January but going back further, right? Fuel cell, another name, huge winner for a while, and now it's pulled back a ton. So it's broad, right? It's the Chinese EV names. I mean, it's the XPEVs, it's the NIOs. You can see what I mean. I mean, the action is very weak under the surface, and it is leading to a lot of challenging swing trading where you think, okay, these names are underperforming. They show a little bull setup. They seem like they want to maybe turn the corner, but what happens is they don't turn the corner. They fail, and they kind of continuously slide. And sometimes what we notice from those patterns is that they're actually putting in lower lows, right? So in like the case of like a plug, it's actually putting in lower lows, and then some of the solar stocks putting in lower lows. So in terms of hedging, right, this is pretty important right now. Is that and I was talking about this on the VTF on Friday. Is that right now to to possibly be more properly hedged, you want to look at individual, like stock specific hedges, right? So if you're swing trading and you're looking for a hedge on, like, say you're sitting in like a solar stock, say you're sitting in an EV name, what's probably going to work best right now is puts or put spreads on that individual name, right? Because the averages aren't really correcting, the spiders aren't correcting, the Qs aren't correcting. So while your stocks are getting hit, the averages, like the indices, aren't. So you can't really use those as hedges because they're not really responding, right? So if you're sitting in plug, for instance, and you're worried about it breaking down, then what's going to be a better hedge is puts or put spreads on plug, right? Because those should react to what the action in plug is, what's going on in the action in plug, versus like if you're worried about plug shorting spiders, well, spiders and plug have obviously been disconnected, right? So this is something that you really want to be mindful of right now because we have a lot of disconnect under the surface. So while the indices are staying afloat, a lot of names are breaking down, and if you're worried about near-term downside, individual stock hedges, so like put spreads on those specific stocks that you're most worried about, are probably going to work better than hedges on like an SPY and a Q because those aren't really reacting. Okay, so just I wanted to like point that out, kind of showed you what I was talking about. I mean, not only in last night's letter, but on the VTF on Friday, but just something to be aware of. All right. So, earnings season gets going this week. We will have the banks, then things will get going even more so next week. So, should pick up in terms of headline-driven trading very, very, very soon. So, lots going to be going on. So, if you like this video and you're looking for more information on hedging with options or trading earnings with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options play. Hope you have a wonderful night. Stay well, and then we'll talk to you all tomorrow.